Hey guys, what's up? It's Drunken Phoenix here. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to go ahead and give my reaction to this compilation of TikTok videos that I made regarding this cost of living crisis that we're in right now in America. Probably in like this is probably like a whole world kind of thing. Like I don't think other countries are like doing that great either financially, at least for like the average consumer. I just want to make this video because I thought it was interesting, and yeah, I mean, it's something that I think a lot of people can relate to, unless you're like living under a rock or if you're still dependent on your parents. But just in case, the cost of living for a lot of things has went up exponentially. Let's get into this.
How are y'all making it? No, literally, how are y'all making it? Because, little backstory, I decided back in January that I was going to monetize on this app. Every dollar I made, no matter how big, how small, was going to go to a savings account, and that was going to be money for a down payment on our house. Because if you don't know, me, my husband, and our 2 kids are living with my parents. Spoiler alert, that's not happening. We're having to take that money I'm making and use it to get by until the next week, on top of my husband's income. My husband's making...
Okay, now this video, okay, it's like, so I included this video because I'm like, okay, yeah, she reminds me of, like, I have some similar thoughts that she have, as in like, how are people making it? Because so I live in the state of Florida, which is a pretty popular state that has increased in the cost of living tremendously, and wages have been increasing with that cost of living. And I just be wondering, how are people making it? Like, fortunately for me, I'm fortunate enough to own my home, so I don't have to deal with the whole bunch of crazy rental costs and having, those issues. But, and my housing costs are at a reasonable level. But just from the research I do on like the inflation going on, and just the cost of housing in general, and just like that's for like rent as well as just newer houses and stuff. I look at the cost of those, and I'm just like, how would people afford that with this salary that with the average salary in Florida? Like I'm always wondering how people making it. How are people doing things? Like how. I don't know. It's just really interesting to me. So yeah, but I'm curious to know. I mean, I don't know this lady. I just thought her video was entertaining, but I think she's leaving something out, because if you and your husband live with your parents, how are y'all not able to save any money? I mean,
the most money he's ever
curious
made,
question, I think.
and this is the brokest we've ever been. Make it make sense. I'm not a bougie bitch. I might get my lashes done, but my friends do my hair. I don't get my nails done. Like, I'm really not that high maintenance. We try to live within our means. We truly do. It's like, no matter how much you don't go out to eat, no matter how much you don't spend money, you're still gonna be broke. Why? Because that is the world that we live in. So I know I'm not as educated as I should be when it comes to voting. All I know is that shit was a lot better 4 years ago. I could afford to breathe, and I had my own house. Right now, nobody can afford housing. Nobody can afford
we know who she's voting for this election.
Because you're far and few. So please, for the love of God, take that into consideration come November and make a change. Because I am tired. I am tired of living like this.
We all are, Kayla Fickett.
When I tell you that we are on the verge of a recession, the other day I thought that I would do DoorDash to make some extra money. And when I tell you, there was no orders coming in. I literally sat there for hours.
So I added this video, not because I love her vocal fry, but because she said something interesting when it comes to like fast food prices, particularly McDonald's, that I thought was very... one of those things you don't think about too much until you go. I don't know. Let's just keep listening.
Maybe one order would come in every hour, and it would always be a low pay order. Mind you, in 2020, I was in grad school, and I literally lived off of DoorDash. I paid my bills with DoorDash, everything with DoorDash. And I would decline orders after orders because I knew a higher pay order would come in right afterwards. But people literally are not ordering DoorDash. People cannot.
Now, I never understood the whole DoorDash thing. I never like to do the delivery, to get my food delivered to me, because I always spotted, even prior to this whole crisis we're in, I always did not like how they would add so many service fees, just extra things to the overall price that made the meal too expensive in my opinion. I never was into DoorDash or like just any food delivery service. I'm like, I could just get it myself. So it doesn't surprise me that people are not ordering on DoorDash anymore, or not as much as they used to. I'm surprised it made it this far. But I can kind of see why it was popular. I guess, people are lazy, but
afford to order DoorDash in this economy. So the next day I was like, okay, bet I'll try Uber Eats. And it was the same thing. And I just saw the other day an article about how McDonald's is having trouble making sales right now because people can't afford to buy their meals anymore, and they came out.
All right, so this part right here, so about McDonald's. So this made me think about how are the college students making it? Because back when I was in college, like McDonald's used to be like my go-to place to go to for like a quick cheap meal late at night, or just in general sometimes. Like if I didn't want to eat at the cafeteria, or if I didn't want to eat at, like if I just wanted something quick, fast, and in a hurry that wasn't too expensive, I would go to McDonald's so many times. And I used to love their dollar menu. I would get my dollar chicken sandwich, called the McChicken, the fries, and that would all come up to like under $4, like literally 3 something, I think. And that was back when I was in college a few years ago. So now I've just recently learned that I haven't gone to McDonald's in a long time, but I went a few months ago, and I was surprised to see that they don't even have a dollar menu anymore. And I'm like, what are the people in college eating these days if they just need something nice and cheap? Like, how are they making it with the rising cost of just fast food? I mean, I guess they have the cafeteria, yeah, but I feel like that gets kind of old pretty quick though. Like sometimes you just want something off campus, whatever. So yeah, and also I was also surprised at how like just a regular meal at McDonald's was like $12. Like last time I went, I got the fish fillet meal, and I think it cost me about $12 for that. I remember when that meal used to be like $7 or $8. Now, granted, that was back in when I was like maybe like in middle and high school, which was over a decade ago, admittedly. But I don't know, shit's still crazy.
Out with a value meal for $5, but they're like, we can't keep selling this because we're just not going to make enough profit off of it. The cost of housing has skyrocketed. Like, we are going somewhere that I'm very, very afraid of.
I sympathize with her. Like, I think we are headed down a very dangerous path right now.
Companies are downsizing and cutting staff and making one person do the job of 3 and 4 people. Companies are pinching pennies, they're lowering wages, they're not giving raises or bonuses. The cost of everything has gone up exponentially. Trying to get an education to get out of your field, to get into another field to make money, isn't working either, because the cost of education has gone up several 100%. This sentiment does not work when there are people who have been in their jobs for years, who have degrees, who have work experience, who have been with a business for like 10, 15 years. They're being let go, and then they can't get a job for more than like $17 an hour, $20 an hour max, which is not a livable wage right now. So
I thought this was really interesting too. So I can definitely see this happening. I have noticed that a lot of companies are downsizing in their staff, and purposely, by the way, and they're trying to get the most work out of like the few employees that they have, which obviously isn't a very ethical practice. But yeah, I have noticed just that the job market in general for a lot of people has been very difficult and very tough, and it's like really hard to find a job these days. So I personally know people who have been searching for jobs for like the past 6 months, past year, and it's just like impossible to like find a decent job for a lot of people. And it seems like just having a college degree, like that's not even super important anymore. I mean, I wouldn't say it's not important, but it's not people with degrees are still kind of in the same boat as people without degrees. Like, it's not really making that big of a difference for a lot of people. So yeah, this is really real. Like, I don't.
Yes, you absolutely need to do your research.
Does anyone else feel like they're absolutely fucking drowning financially?
I'm glad you asked.
No, I thought this was
And
funny.
it's not dark just because it's nighttime. Oh no, it's dark because I have no electricity in my crib right now.
Yeah,
And
this guy.
I'm not joking.
This guy literally
I
is
am not
out of
joking at
electricity.
So,
Is it this bad for you all? Like,
you know,
as rough, and maybe I'm just
Not
fortunate, but as rough as it has been for everyone,
it's 59
I
degrees up in this
am
motherfucker.
lucky enough to still
Oh,
be able
you
to
don't
afford
laugh
my
at that,
electricity.
but I've already done mine,
Um,
so I'm at a point of
Yeah, this is sad. I have noticed that like electricity costs have been going up for people. I've heard somebody told me their electricity bill for their home for the month was in the 600s. So that's something else that's been inflated that I think a lot of people don't even consider much anymore, because you kind of group your electricity bill along with your housing payments. So you may not always, I don't know, you may not always, at least maybe I'll just speak for myself. I always kind of have my electricity bill kind of stacked in with my housing bill, so I don't really look at it as I should, if that makes sense. Like, I kind of expect it to be like the same every month, but I have noticed that electricity has been going up, so that's something else to keep in mind.
too much to qualify for any rental assistance, electricity assistance, and I never get sick. I think I'm just getting sick because the stress is causing my immune system to deplete. But it's alright, I'm a grown-ass man. I'll get it taken care of, don't worry.
This think piece is entitled, I'm tired of spending money. So you know how everybody used to say, like, leave your house, spend $100? No, not
Who used to say that though? Was that, like I said, you guys heard? I never heard anybody say, leave your house, spend
Where else
$100.
you're spending. You try to stay home and now your AC has to be on from morning to night, making your electricity bill $350. Like, I'm tired of spending money, and I don't know if that sounds ridiculous, because it's not like anyone's putting a gun to your head and saying, spend all this money, but please, send help. Why is life so expensive? Oh, and the outfit's cute. Okay, bye.
Okay, so I thought this video was fun to end on. I need to be around people that she's hanging around saying, "Oh, leave your house, spend $100, spend $200." I never heard that phrase, but yeah, I do get the sense that I don't know if this is just because of me being an adult now, but it seems like as an adult, you have to spend money every single day, and it gets like a little tiresome sometimes. It's like, how much money am I going to spend? But yeah, so this is the world we're living in right now. I think this is going to be the world we're going to be living in for a very long time. I don't see things getting better anytime soon. Some people think that their vote for a certain candidate could change things. Maybe it can, maybe it can't. I'm not too sure. I'm not here to tell anybody who to vote for. I don't know. I just feel like this is bigger than politics. I feel like a lot of this stuff is kind of orchestrated. I don't know. I just don't think that things should be this expensive. I think there are a lot of things that could help lower the cost of living, and I think there's like a lot of options that could be taken that people in power may not be doing for whatever reasons. Maybe it doesn't benefit them, but I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. Has the cost of living crisis affected you greatly at all, or are you still like doing pretty good? What do you think is the solution? And yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next video.